Alright, I admit it. The beans have been spilt. You caught me red-handed. I don't know what's going on. This is the first time in over a year that I upload a video each week for 3 consecutive weeks. You know, I thought this motivational wind wasn't going to last this long. I don't know if it's because I'm in like a really good state of mind lately, or if the stars and planets have aligned. I have no idea. It could be anything. But one thing I know for sure though, is that I'm not going to let this opportunity slip past me. No sir, I'm flying to the moon if I can. What's going on, ladies and gents of the anime and manga world? How are we all doing? It sure is a lovely day we're having, and I hope you agree as well. I'm trying to get this channel to really soar lately by being more active and consistent. So what better way to do that than by looking back at where this channel started? My people, the inhabitants of AniTube. It's about time that we bring back the legendary series. Good or Bad is here! All of you. Well, yeah, that's what we're doing today. This is a series where we analyze some controversial anime characters and decide whether they are good characters or not. We can't be taking these decisions lightly either. The fate of the entire world depends on making the right choice every time, which is pretty important. Like, who else is gonna continue this channel for you? I mean, come on, guys, let's get real. So whose turn is it this time, you might be wondering? Well, I have hinted at this in the past, but I never directly said it. It is the turn of the shirtless, goggle hat, fire fist, Portgas D ace from One Piece. Let's see how this man fares when we put him to the test. But before we move on, gotta throw in a little spoiler warning out there for the people that haven't watched One Piece. Like, come on, what are you doing? You're missing out on peak. Ladies and weebs of the audience, this is Ace. He is a very well-known pirate in this pirate-filled world, second in command of the Whitebeard Pirates, possessing the Flame Fruit, and son of the infamous Goldie Roger, the late king of the pirates. Oh yeah, and he's also Luffy's brother. Not really though, they just shared a bottle of sake that one time, but I mean, who am I to besmirch the sanctity of alcohol? What? Underage drinking? So now we got a bit of an understanding of this character, you know? He's a tough guy, but I still need to see a little bit more, so let's follow his trajectory in One Piece. We're first introduced to Ace in the Alabasta arc, where he meets up with Luffy and his crew. So he's basically like explaining how he's hunting someone down, and then he proceeds to give Luffy his Reaver card so that he knows where Ace is at all times. And then he leaves, not really doing anything else. Okay, we got a little bit of a teaser from Ace. Dude's a big shot out here, and he's trying to find someone. Not really looking for much here, so let's see what this guy has in store for us later. Fast forward to post Eni's lobby, which is where we next see him. That is a very long time. That's 4 One Piece arcs between when we first see him to when we next see him. That's a big boy chunk right there. So what's going on with him now? Well, it looks like he actually found the guy that he was looking for. His former Whitebeard pirate comrade, Marshall D. Teach. The guy that backstabbed Whitebeard and the entire crew by stealing the devil fruit that he was planning to take for a long time. But don't worry, because now Ace is here to serve justice and take this guy down once and for all. Except that didn't really happen. He lost. Ooh. Alright, so this guy has been off the One Piece roster for 4 arcs straight, and after we finally see him on screen after so long, we see him lose. I mean, this isn't really the strongest showing for you, Ace. You're gonna have to step your game up at some point. I'll be charitable this time and give you another chance. You did fight off against one of the most broken characters in the show. I mean, it was kind of your own fault for picking a fight with him in the first place, knowing what he could do, but whatever. Fast forward another 2.5 arcs later. God damn, Fireboy really does like to take his time to show up, doesn't he? So now this guy's been arrested after fighting with Blackbeard and has been taken to Impel Down, where he's awaiting his execution at Marineford. And while Luffy was minding his own business, am I interrupting something? He got word of Ace's incarceration and set out to save his brother immediately. Operation Save Fireboy was officially underway. Luffy's finding his way into the prolific prison, making his way down the levels, dealing with old enemies, beating down guards, getting in his way, fighting the warden of the entire prison, getting poisoned, nearly freezing to death, getting saved by another former enemy, turned into the best ally the world has ever seen, recovering his strength, and continuing the charge, all to find his way to his beloved brother to try and save him. All right, cool. This is looking great. So let's see what Ace is doing. Oh, he's just sitting there, sad and depressed and just waiting to be executed. I didn't really picture him accepting his death like this that easily. Oh, wait, but hold on. He's with Jinbei. Oh, and Jinbei is just talking to him like a father consoling his child after he dropped his ice cream. I gotta say, I don't necessarily know what kind of ambition the second in command of the Whitebeard Pirates is supposed to have, but I'm not sure if this is what it's supposed to be. Well, whatever. Let's move on. So now that Impel Down was infiltrated with people literally trying to get Ace out of this place, his execution was rescheduled to be done earlier than provisioned. So now he's being transferred immediately to Marine headquarters to get the execution underway. And in turn, Luffy now has to go back to where he came from.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, we're here, motherfucker. At Marine HQ. This is where everything is going down and where everything gets settled. Everybody is in place and Fireboy is sitting there not being able to do anything as he awaits his fate. Whoa, holy shit. It already began. Everyone is here fighting and pushing the Marines back for one sole purpose: freeing this man at all costs. As Luffy makes his grand entrance. Bon Clay, we will never forget you! Luffy fighting his way through, Whitebeard suffering heavy blows, and even Garp not being able to bring himself to stop Luffy from saving his brother after all the peril, after all the struggle, and after all of the sacrifices. Luffy was finally able to reach Ace and set him free. Hell yeah, let's go, Ace. Go and show everyone who they messed with. Just make sure that you don't do anything stupid and get the hell out of there.
It's not your fault. That's just Whitebeard, a washed up failure.
No, Ace, wait. What are you doing? Down, boy. Sit. Ace, don't do it. No! All the perils, all the struggles, all the sacrifices, all thrown away by Ace because Akainu wrote top diff in the chat. The entire mission failed. GG. Yeah, the verdict's ready. It's done. I decided. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. When I saw this moment, I felt no sympathy for Ace. For Luffy, yeah, tears down my face, snot nose, whatever. For Ace, I felt nothing but disappointment. What I said, and I literally said this out loud when this happened, was, is that it? The rest we see of Ace is in flashbacks where we firstly learn about how his relationship with his father was and how he would have been seen as the enemy of the world if people knew he was the son of Roger. And then another one way later in Wano, I'm telling you, this man loves to take his time making appearances, where he would tell Yamato stories about what it's like sailing the seas and giving insight on what's to come for the future. And yep, that's it. What, you thought there was more? Well, sorry, that's all the screen he gets in 1,100 plus episodes of One Piece. So let's do a little bit of a recap here. He appears in Alabasta, gives Luffy a Vivre card that'll traumatize him. 4 arcs later, he fights Blackbeard and loses, gets locked up in Impel Down, waits for his execution while he's being a depressed mop the whole time, gets transported to Marineford, is freed at Marineford, and then falls for the most obvious rage bait of all time, throwing the entire mission of his rescue to shit. That's what we see him do. Yeah, you know what? No. I'm sorry, Ace, but you failed. In my eyes, Ace is not a good character. This guy's legacy on screen was losing fights, making terrible decisions, and on top of that, breaking promises, for example, to Yamato. Like, bro, did you forget your promise that you were going to return to Wano while you were locked up in Impel Down or something? Or when you were jumping headfirst into death by a simple provocation? Yeah, but no. Get out of here. All right, my brothers and sisters in the comment section, my butthole is ready. Tear a new one into me if you can. Let me hear how wrong I am by telling me what you think about Ace down below. And I know you still might be mad at me, but if you still have the generosity to give me a like and a subscription after this, it would be really appreciated. Also, if you're interested, visit the My Anime List page down in the description if you want to suggest something for me in the future. Until next time, this is your boy. Peace out, you hoodlums.